Hey friends, Anastasia here. Let's talk about getting traffic to Etsy from Pinterest. I will first show you a few numbers, which of course are never a guarantee that you will get the same amount of traffic, but it is good to know what is possible. I'm currently getting around between 50 and 85,000 outbound clicks to my website from Pinterest every month, and that's completely organic, traffic, no ads. And this Etsy seller shared on her channel that she was getting over 100,000 visitors to her Etsy store from Pinterest. It was about 20% of her total traffic to the store in that year. But here's the problem. Most Etsy sellers are doing Pinterest completely wrong. They are treating it like Instagram, posting a few pretty pictures of their products and wondering why nothing happens. But Pinterest doesn't work like other social media, although it is categorized as one. It works more as a visual search engine and an inspiration and discovery platform, so it does need a completely different strategy. So why Pinterest is a perfect match for Etsy sellers? First, the demographics of these two platforms align perfectly. Pinterest's global use base is about 70% female. This demographic loves the aspect of uniqueness that many products on Etsy are known for. But what's even more important, Pinterest users are planners and shoppers. 80% of users say that they feel inspired by shopping experience on Pinterest. They're not just browsing for entertainment like on other social media platforms. When someone searches for, say, unique wedding gifts or handmade baby gifts, they're actively planning a purchase. Pinterest has always been about DIY, inspiration, and finding unique products that you cannot get in regular stores. And Pinterest works especially well for visual products, digital items like printables and planners, plus physical products like home decor, jewelry, and craft supplies. Also, it's not like on Facebook or Instagram where your post dies after 24 hours. Pinterest can drive you traffic for months or even years. Another huge advantage is that Pinterest users, based on their typical behavior on the platform, they always expect to click through to external websites. On Instagram or TikTok, users cannot leave the platform because those platforms just don't allow you to add clickable links to the actual posts. But on Pinterest, you can add a link directly to every pin image that you save. So users are naturally clicking away from pins to learn more or to make purchases. That's why Pinterest wins as a traffic source. So our first step will be to set up a Pinterest profile. Let's get your Pinterest account set up specifically for Etsy success. So first, you absolutely need a Pinterest business account. It's free, but it gives you access to analytics that show you which pins are driving you actual traffic to your store, not just getting likes or saves. But I noticed that many Etsy sellers struggle with brand consistency. When setting up your Pinterest profile, you need a cohesive brand that matches your Etsy shop. Your display name, profile description, banner, and pin designs all need to work together to create a professional, trustworthy brand experience. And you could hire a designer, but that's expensive. But don't worry, I'll show you how to go through this step much faster thanks to an AI agent feature on XDesign. I've partnered with them for this part of the video to show you how you can simply type something like this. I make handmade boho jewelry for free-spirited women who love unique accessories. And the AI agent understands your brand story and can create everything that you need instantly. Just watch this with me. In a few minutes, XDesign generated a complete brand kit, logo, brand concept, color palette. I've asked it to add a Pinterest profile cover image, and by the way, the recommended size is 1920 pixels wide by 1080 pixels. And I actually uploaded these two examples from successful jewelry profiles on Pinterest. And I asked it to generate a cover with realistically looking boho style jewelry. So AI agent generated it, and You can use some of these tools like AI extender, AI removal, you can replace some text if you have it on your image, or you can bring this image to the chat and explain what you need to change. So I just typed that I didn't like that the ring on the left was cut off, and now it's fixed. Every time you need new marketing materials like seasonal Pinterest pins, promotional posters, social media graphics, the AI automatically keeps everything on brand and consistent. For example, I just asked it to create a pin sized 1000 by 1500 pixels using my brand colors. I uploaded an example photo and clarified that I needed a boho ring. I also requested certain text overlay on the pin. And I have to be honest, it is a pretty complicated request for AI, so let's see what comes out of it. Amazing! The pin image looks just like I wanted it. I made a quick follow-up request to change the model to avoid any potential issues with copyright. The new pin looks great as well. Now, you could upload another product photo from your store and ask the AI to use the same exact pin and just replace the product. X-Design will definitely save you hours on graphic design. You can use it in a browser, just check the first link in the description below, or download it from the App Store or Google Play for mobile design on the go. The paid plan is very affordable for all the stuff that you can do. It's just mind-blowing, it's just $49.99 per year on the annual plan. Now let's dive into Pinterest strategies that work specifically for Etsy products. The approach is different depending on what type of products you sell. So I'll break this down into two main strategies. Strategy number one is volume approach for digital products and bundles. So if you sell digital products like clip art, SVG, printables, digital planners, or anything sold in bundles, the volume approach works incredibly well. The goal is to create as many individual pins as possible from one Etsy listing. Here is how it works. Let's say you sell a set of 20 digital wall art prints. Instead of making just one pin for the entire bundle, you will create individual pins for each piece of art in the set. Each pin links back to the same Etsy listing, but it targets slightly different keywords and appeals to different aesthetics. This approach works because you're essentially throwing multiple darts at the dartboard instead of just one. If you create 20 different pins from one listing, you have 20 chances to hit the Pinterest algorithm and reach different audiences. But make sure to schedule these pins to go out over time, maybe not more than one per day for each product, so you're not overwhelming your audience and not triggering Pinterest spam filters. The second strategy is called quality approach for unique physical products. If you sell unique physical products like handmade jewelry, custom furniture, or one-of-a-kind art pieces, the quality approach works better. Since you cannot create 20 variations of the same unique item, you should focus on creating fewer, higher quality pins that target different angles and audiences. For example, if you sell handmade pottery, you might create pins targeting different use cases. One, unique wedding gift ideas. Another one could target a keyword handmade kitchen decor. And the third could target dinnerware sets handmade. Another keyword. Each pin shows the same product but appeals to different buyer motivations and search terms. Now, a quick thank you guys for your comments on my previous video. Thank you for supporting my channel, and by the way, my channel members helped me choose the topic for this video, and if you want to help choose future topics, hit that join button below. Now let's talk about your board strategy for Etsy sellers. I mean Pinterest boards. So your Pinterest boards should function like expanded versions of your Etsy shop sections, but broader and more inspirational. Instead of my jewelry, you should create something like boho wedding jewelry ideas or unique gifts for her. Here's a strategy that works incredibly well. You create boards around gift-giving occasions and different types of people who might receive presents. Think of boards like gifts for new moms, or unique wedding favors, or handmade Christmas gifts. They perform exceptionally well because people are actively searching for gift ideas on Pinterest and planning them. And if you have a ton of products in your store, you could just create pins linked to your products. But if you have a store with just a few handmade or unique products, it might be hard to maintain an active Pinterest account without making it repetitive for your store. So to avoid being repetitive in these cases, you could share, meaning repin, some inspiring content related to your niche from other accounts. Just find what's ranking on Pinterest for the related keywords and save those pins to your boards from time to time. Now I'll cover your keyword strategy for Etsy products. So Pinterest keyword research for Etsy is a bit different from general Pinterest marketing. You want to focus here on buyer intent keywords that clearly show that someone is almost ready to purchase. Think of terms like shop or unique or handmade or custom, personalized, gift ideas, and some other ideas of what could work for many Etsy sellers. But you should think specifically about what would apply for your niche or products, and use Pinterest search suggestions to find long-tail keywords. There is also a paid Pinterest keyword research tool called PinClicks. I don't know if you will need to use this tool for a long time, but at least when you're starting your account and doing competitor research, setting up your boards, researching keywords for your board titles, I would definitely use it in the first month or two on Pinterest to set your account up for success with the right SEO keywords. You can get so many insights that are not available just by looking at Pinterest itself if you use PinClicks. You can analyze your competitors, their pins. You can literally submit any Pinterest account and check what keywords they rank for, how many pins per day they create, how many boards they have, and so on. This tool can show you the actual search volume for many keywords based on Pinterest's data, not Google's data. I have a detailed review of this tool, and you can check it out later if you're interested, so I don't have to go into much detail here. I'll link the video up there and in the description below. Another thing that's very important is seasonal strategy. Pinterest users plan ahead, which is perfect for Etsy sellers. So you should start pinning Christmas content in September, Valentine's Day items around the start of December, and back-to-school products in July. You should create seasonal collections and boards that showcase how your products fit into different occasions and seasons. Many successful Etsy sellers create seasonal variations of their pins. Variations. That same handmade mug becomes cozy fall decor in autumn, or a perfect holiday gift in the winter, and spring home refresh in the next year. Next, I want to talk about scaling your Pinterest efforts without spending all day on the platform. Etsy sellers who drive significant traffic from Pinterest have systems and they use automation. Pinterest rewards consistent activity, but the key is finding sustainable pace. So you should start with somewhere between 5 and 10 pins per day and gradually increase it to, say, 15 to 20 pins as your account grows. But what's crucial for new accounts as well, don't jump from 0 to 20 pins immediately. Pinterest might flag this as spam behavior. You can use a very conservative and safe 7-day interval between the pins saved with the same product URL. This helps you avoid being seen as spammy, and it helps Pinterest show your content to different fresh audiences. For basic scheduling, Pinterest's native scheduler works quite well, and it's free. You can schedule up to 100 pins per month with it. But for more advanced automation, you should look at tools like Blog2Pin that they have features specifically designed for e-commerce sellers. With native integration on this tool, you can connect your Etsy shop in just one click, and it will automatically link all your listings and generate pins for them using the images that are already available in your product pages. And cherry on the top, you can also automatically enable or disable pin generation for some of the sections in your Etsy store. Now, it's also worth talking about bulk upload. This is a free tool on Pinterest, but here's a warning. This one isn't always easy to set it up. For sellers with large inventories, the bulk upload approach can be very helpful because you can download your Etsy listing data as an CSV file, you can format it for Pinterest's bulk upload template, and you can schedule hundreds of pins at once. And this works especially well for digital product sellers who might usually have at least 50 listings or more. Instead of manually creating pins for each product, you will batch the entire process and schedule months of content in advance. And because I wanted to make a very comprehensive video today, I will talk about analytics and optimization of your Pinterest profile for Etsy sellers. You shouldn't just look at your impressions or saves on your pins. You should always focus on outbound clicks and conversion rates. But actually don't obsess about sales because many Etsy sellers find that Pinterest traffic has a longer conversion cycle because people might save your products on their Etsy account and come back to purchase later. If they do purchase a month or two later, the conversion might end up not being attributed to Pinterest as a traffic source at all. Now, Pinterest Analytics will show you which pins are driving you most traffic to your Etsy shop, which boards perform best, and you can use this data to double down on what's working. You should pay special attention to your top performing pins and create similar content. Say, if a pin featuring your handmade earrings in a lifestyle setting gets great engagement, then you should create more lifestyle pins for your other jewelry pieces. And I already mentioned today seasonal content. Let's talk about it. Many Etsy sellers see huge spikes of traffic from Pinterest during key holiday seasons. So you should plan your content calendar around major holidays and shopping events. Start creating and pinning your holiday content at least 2 to 3 months in advance to catch the early planners, because these are the people that usually use Pinterest. And you should create seasonal boards and collections that showcase how your products fit into these different occasions. This seasonal approach can dramatically increase your reach during these peak shopping times. Most of accounts on Pinterest get a huge spike in traffic in Q4 of every year, and most Etsy sellers also have their best season in terms of sales in the same time. And I also wanted to share with you some advanced strategies that some top performing Etsy sellers use to maximize their success on Pinterest. These are techniques that go beyond the basics and they can really set you apart from your competitors. The first one is product bundling strategy. So you create pins that show multiple products from your shop together, styled as a collection. For example, if you sell home decor, you can create pins showing complete boho bedroom makeover, and you can feature several of your products. This increases the average order value when people visit your shop. You can make behind-the-scenes content, so Pinterest users love seeing the process behind some of the handmade products. So you can create pins showing your workspace, your creation process, or the story behind your products. These behind-the-scenes pins often get very high engagement and they help build trust with potential customers. Another strategy is user-generated content strategy. So you can encourage customers to share photos of your products and then use and create pins from these customer photos, of course with their permission. User-generated content performs really well on Pinterest because it shows real people using and loving your products. You can also use cross-promotion with other Etsy sellers. So you can partner with complementary Etsy sellers. For example, if you sell wedding invitations, you can partner with sellers who make wedding favors or decorations, and you can create collaborative boards. These are called also group boards on Pinterest, and showcase each other's products and share each other's pins. Now, I also wanted to touch on some common issues. Sometimes Etsy sellers experience drops in Pinterest traffic, and there are specific issues that you should watch for. Pinterest occasionally removes the visit site button from pins or just hides it under the 3 dots, meaning that users have to click on these 3 dots just to see the visit button, which can dramatically reduce outbound clicks to your site. So you can use tools like flaggedpins.com to check if any of your pins have been flagged or filtered from search results on Pinterest. This can happen if Pinterest algorithm incorrectly identifies your content as spam, or there are some technical issues with your pins, broken links. Another common issue is Pinterest accounts getting shadow banned for posting too aggressively or using repetitive content. If you notice that your reach is dropping suddenly, then scale back your posting frequency and focus on creating more diverse, high-quality content. Check the link below to try XDesign and their AI tools to make images for your Etsy store and your Pinterest account a lot faster. Now, if you want to dive deeper into Pinterest marketing strategies, I have a comprehensive Pinterest course and also a free Pinterest on-demand class that is linked in the description below. The key is to start now and stay consistent, not for a week. Try it for 6 months or more. And Pinterest rewards long-term commitment with sustainable, free traffic to your Etsy shop. If you want to learn more about Pinterest SEO strategies for this year, I also left my next video for you up there, so I'll see you in that next one.